many of y'all know how a public library is funded or how it's established? Okay. The public libraries in Alabama are established by legislation. The state has set up how you establish a public library. The Tuscaloosa Public Library is a combination of city and county library. In the legislation, it says who is on the board of the library. The Board of Trustees set policy, and they elect, according to the legislation, a director to take care of the day-to-day operations. We have 5 representatives from the city of Tuscaloosa, which the council approves. We have 5 from the county commission, that the county commission approves for the library board, and then we have 1 representative from the city of Northport, in which the city of Northport approves that person. So we represent all the major cities. We've received funding from the state. We are the only library in the state of Alabama to receive coal severance tax. We had Tim Parker as our state legislator who got that approved back in 1976, and it's been reapproved up until this year, and the legislation runs for 6 years. We get $125,000 from the Coal Severance Act that goes directly to the library. The other money from the Coal Severance Act goes to the school. Part of it goes to Birmingham, and part of it goes to another area, Fayette County area where they do coal mining. The other money we receive is state aid. That is passed by the legislature as well. They determine how much money they are giving per capita for library support throughout the state of Alabama. Each year, we work as public librarians. We contact our elected officials and get them to set an amount for state aid. This year, the amount of state aid will be about $1.10. Last year, it was $1.90. This is very low state aid. Before the recession set in, we had libraries in other states receiving $21.90 for state aid. That means that each person that lives in your county, you will receive that amount of money for library operations and to serve. In other states, not Alabama, there has been legislation passed to fund libraries based on property taxes and personal taxes. But in Alabama, each year we go to the council and we say we want this amount of money from the city to operate. We go to the county and we tell them that we want this much money to operate from the county, and we go to the city of Northport and ask for funding.
Today at 4 o'clock, the council will meet with the library, right?
I thought it was August the 24th.
Okay, well maybe they changed the date. I had it on my calendar for today, but
I hope it's not. We're not prepared.
Well, at some point during this budget process, which we're in right now with the council, the library officials come over and we sit down and talk with them more in depth about their needs and whatnot.
Right now we have a $3.2 million budget, and that's not enough to operate on. And the main library's open 72 hours and 7 days a week. We have 2 other branches. Our Weaver Bolden branch is open 44 hours a week, and our Brown branch, which is located in the Bobby Miller Center, is open 32 hours a week. And we have 65 FTE full-time equivalencies working at the library. We have asked the city for an increase, and for that reason, they gave us a decrease in budget by 7.5%. They had reduced us further, but they reinstated our budget from last year to an increase of 7.5%. The county level funded us at the same level that we'd received in 2009. And the state aid was reduced by a 6% reduction. Whenever the state has a proration, it affects money that comes to the library. As a matter of fact, we have not received our 4th quarterly state aid payment because the state of Alabama does not have money in their budget to pay us. It's stipulated by state law that the state maintain a certain level of funding in their budget, and if they had paid all the librarians the state aid that they were eligible for, they would not have had any money to operate on. They still are in the process of paying back tax refunds, and they have prioritized the tax refunds. Once those are paid, they'll look at the agencies that they support and will determine how many libraries they can provide state aid checks to. So they're predicting that either the last of August or 1st of September that we will receive our final quarter payment. Now, I don't know what that means about our new quarter beginning in October. We run on the year September 30th to October 1st to September 30th. What we've seen is a definite increase in library use. We've seen a 23% increase in library use at all of our branches. If you want to know the breakdown, I'll provide you with this fact sheet, but we have about 65% of the city and county residents of Tuscaloosa have a library card. That is a high ratio. The county's population is about 165,000, and of that we have, in the city, 62% of city residents have a library card. That's 44,000 people who have a library card. In the county, we have 25% of the county has a library card, and that's 18,000. And then in Northport, 12% of the Northport residents have a library card, and that's around 8,000. So when you look at it, the library is being heavily used. We've seen during the last month, we've seen a 25% increase in active library card use. The reasons being is that we're seeing more use in our computers. Anyone that's been laid off has to come in and fill out applications on a computer for unemployment. They're job searching. A lot of the companies have gone paperless, and they're filling out applications online. For some people, this is the first time to do that, so we have staffing that assists in doing that. We just completed our summer reading program, and we had over 1,000 children in the community participating. Last year we had around 900. What this tells me is parents decided to take advantage of what the library offered and stay in Tuscaloosa because of economic conditions. We've had about a 5,000 increase over 2008 and 2010 in material circulation, and juvenile materials are just going out the door very quickly. We've had a 45% increase in that. The one thing about your public library that no one ever tells you is it is the only institution in any government agency or in any area that provides free services to everybody, regardless of their age, their gender, or their nationality. Anybody can come in and use the library and use our resources. They may not be able to check out, but they can use the resources in the library. The library supports lifelong learning. We also provide tools that support literacy. We have the West Alabama Literacy Group forming, and we've had tutors in the library for the 10 years that I've been here, and you'll come in and you'll see tutors sitting at tables tutoring students. We provide internet access free to anyone who walks through our doors. We have wireless in all of our branches. We have free space available for meetings that are formal and informal for communities use. And if you look around in this area, there is no free meeting room that's available. A lot of times we'll say go to the bank or go down to City Hall, and the meeting room is just not available. We provide programs and services that are family oriented. We partner with a lot of different groups. Just recently we had the West Alabama Agency on Aging in the library teaching seniors how to email pictures to their children and how to use computers.